Hello there. Right, good afternoon and welcome to the Licensing and Gambling Act Subcommittee of Neath Talbot Council. It's the 13th of September and we're at 2:15 in the afternoon. Just to make you aware, this meeting is recorded, so your continued presence will indicate consent. Can I refer you to the protocols for remote meetings, which are basically that you have your microphones on mute until I call you to speak, that you turn your phones off and try and limit the background noise as much as possible. Should you wish to speak or make a comment, please raise your electronic hand or contact through the chat if that's acceptable. But only use the chat function for doing such. No debate in the chat function. If I could ask you to indicate which page number your question is on if you're asking a question or a comment, and that's all the rules I've got here at the moment. So we'll go to the roll call now, please, Nicola. I am Councillor Suzanne Pardison, Chair of the committee, and I'll ask Nicola then to go through the roll call, please.
Lovely, thank you, Chair. We have Councillor Jo Hale.
Present, Nicola.
Thank you. Councillor Carolyn Edwards.
Present, Nicola.
Thank you. Neil Chappell.
Present, thank you, Nicola.
And Gavin White.
Present, Nicola.
Thank
That's
you.
lovely. Okay, then we'll move along to declarations of interest. Can any member indicate either by the chat function or raising your electronic hand if you have any interest to declare? See none. Okay, Nicola?
No interest there, no.
No, that's fine. Okay, then. So we have three decision-making items to discuss this afternoon. However, they all have had their conditions agreed, so that they're not contested for us this afternoon. So the first one is item 3, application for a grant of premises licence, Naturalis Distillery. This item is for decision. The recommendation is on page 7. So Neil, if you could just take members through this report.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Agenda item 3 is the grant of a premises licence. The premises is going to be a Naturalis Distillery.
Oh, thank you.
And it's at Unit A, Britain Ferry, Business Park in Britain Ferry. The applicant being Naturalis Distillery Limited. This is an application for late night refreshment and the sale of alcohol, both on and off the premises. The licence, as you can see, members, is set out in the report what they've requested. There were representations received from the South Wales Police and the Legal Regulatory Services section, being the licensing team, and they requested additional conditions be attached to the licence. The applicant has agreed to the imposition of these conditions, and consequently all parties agree that a hearing is unnecessary. So it's before members today effectively for approval.
Thank you very much. Members of the committee, do you have any questions or comments to make on this application? No?
No.
No? I once again, I deem that to be accepting the report and that they're in favour of it. So we'll go to the recommendation then. Beg your pardon, my eyesight is getting worse here. I can't find the page.
Page 7, was it?
Page 7. Sorry. Yes, of course it is. Right. The recommendation is that members determine the application after considering all relevant representations. So would I have a proposer, please?
I move, Chair.
Thank you. And a second.
Thank
you, Joe. So that is approved. Thank you. There we are. So I'll just move on to the second item for decision. Application of a grant of premises licence for Rupert's. I can spell that. I can say that one. I had trouble with the other one, but I can say this one, of Bronley House. Yeah. As the premises address. Mr. Chappell, if you could also just give the members a rundown on this one.
Thank you, Chair. Agenda item 4, as you said, Chair, is the grant of a premises licence for Rupert, a Bronley House, Cardickston Road in Neath. The applicant and the DPS both being a Jane Waitman, sorry. This is an application for the grant of a premises licence for the sale of alcohol both on and off the premises. As you can see, the licence is set out in the report. The application was advertised as prescribed, and there were representations received from the South Wales Police, and effectively they wanted additional conditions to be attached to the licence. That's all been agreed, and the report is before you today for approval.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chappell. So am I taking it really that this is a coffee shop that also requires a licence additional to what the normal business? They're not solely alcohol, are they? They just
no. Effectively, they offer well-being courses and classes at the premises, and this is going to be a coffee shop that's attached to it.
Okay then, members of the committee, do you have any questions about this application or further comments to make? No, I can't see anything. Okay then, that the recommendation is on page 20, and it is that again we determine the application after considering all relevant representations. Can I have a mover, please?
I move, Chair.
Thank you.
I'll second, Chair.
Thank you. That's approved. That's lovely. We're whizzing along here. Okay, let me just find the next one. Okay. Okay, the Skewen local store, yes. Okay, item 5 is again an application for a grant of premises licence. Skewen local store. Mr. Chappell, please.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Agenda item 5. This is again a grant of a premises licence for Skewen local store, Station Road, Skewen in Neath. The applicant being a Mr. Jahangir Ahmed. This is a new premises licence, and they're looking for the sale of alcohol off the premises, so it's an off licence.
Yeah.
Representations in respect of this application were received from the Legal Regulatory Services Officer, again requesting additional conditions be attached to the licence. Those additional conditions have been approved, so a final hearing is deemed unnecessary. There was one amendment to the application that was needed. You'll note at paragraph 8 of the application, the opening hours were requested from 7 until 10. The supply of alcohol was requested from 7 until 11. Obviously, that was an error. So the supply of alcohol, the off sales, has been pulled back to 10 o'clock as well to match the opening hours. There are no further representations. Everybody is satisfied. So again, the application is before you today, members, for approval.
Thank you, Mr. Chappell. Any questions or comments that you wish to make about this application, subcommittee? Any members? No. Therefore, if there's nothing to be said, I will take you to the recommendation, which is on page 31. That once again, members determine the application after considering all relevant representations. May I ask for a mover?
Yes.
Thank you. And seconded.
Second.
Lovely. Thank you both very much. Okay, so that is also approved. So I'm going to go back to the menu, and I haven't got any further items. So thank you very much, everybody, for your attendance this afternoon, and especially for stepping in. I don't know which